What is going on, everyone? Today on the Tilted Top, I am flying solo. And if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out with that elusive YouTube algorithm that we're all searching for. Today, I broke down and fired up that free subscription of Shudder and set off on the cinematic adventure known as The Twin. And warning, there's going to be spoilers ahead. So the movie starts out with a car just driving on by. It's gone, out of frame. And it just slowly zooms in on a road in a cornfield, And then out of nowhere, bam, car crash. We down to one twin right now. They're in the hospital. It's just one's dead, just like that. First 2 minutes, whatever. So now that the family's down to one twin, they pack up the remaining twin, throw him in the good old Volvo 240 wagon, probably was a sleeper, and then just goes and moves to Finland. And they're showing the house nice and big. They're moving in. Mom gets very protective of the remaining twin. He disappears for a second. Mom freaks out. What's going on, twin number one? Which I guess I'm going to refer to him as twin number one from now on. We got mom, dad, twin number one, and dead twin. And since we're talking about twin number one, let's talk about the acting. Well, I guess he's also acting as twin number two at the same time. But he did show up. I'm sure he was on time. He's alive. He had a pulse. Someone give that man a participation trophy. He did nothing. It was just terrible. That acting was rough. Someone get that kid from The Sixth Sense. We need some of that action going on in this movie. It just wasn't there. So then the mom starts looking around the house. It's an old, creepy house. Just like every house in the middle of nowhere is creepy. Then she opens this Winchester Mystery House bullshit of a door and just starts staring down a hallway of darkness. And then the music, it builds, just slowly building that tension. And you're just staring. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? Is there something in there? Where does this room go? And then out of nowhere, the fucking kid appears in the room for a jump scare. Was this kid trained by Ra's al Ghul? Did he spend a semester with the Foot Clan? I don't know how this ninja is sneaking all over this house. But then the mom goes on and she's struggling, with the death. She even gets an extra bed for the dead twin because twin number one asked for it. And the dad seems to be holding it together at this point like a champ. He's even over there writing novels, typing memos, writing fan fiction. I really don't know what this guy is doing, but he's doing it on a typewriter. And I'm like, what year are we in? And then, oh, this movie is set, I don't know, 20 something years ago. But why? Did that enhance anything? There's a scene with the Twin Towers in the background earlier, and it's like, okay, why?
Why? Why? Why?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. So then the mom ends up meeting this creepy, mysterious older lady that knows something about the dead twin, the current twin, and things that are just going on. And they're building towards something, but it just seems out of place. But I'm like, you know what? Well, let's see where this is going. So then some random stuff happens that's not really relevant to the plot, and the twin number one starts acting creepy because, well, it's a horror movie, doing cliche things like drawing disturbing images. Parents out there, is that like a real fear? Like coming home one day and he's just drawing you just dying. I don't get it. I don't have kids. I don't know what's a proper reaction. You just backhand that kid. Do you return the kid? I have no idea. But a common theme throughout this movie is the mom keeps having dreams or visions where they put little breadcrumbs to where it's like, is it real or is it not real? But it has to be real because the mirror broke and then the mirror is in the trash can. So real or not, at this point, I don't know. And I don't really care too much. And then moving on, twin number one starts saying he's really the dead twin. His name's Nathan, by the way. But so twin one is saying, I'm really not twin one, I'm twin two Nathan. So then the mom goes and sees the psychic lady, and they're talking. There's something about circles. I'm falling asleep. I swear, I just nodded off. And when I woke up, there was pagan sacrifices and demons and the devil. And I'm like, what? What? What is going on with this movie? The devil's in Finland in the middle of nowhere and just wants the twin? There's plenty of twins out there. What's so special with this random twin? So the dad does the logical thing and just starts drinking whiskey, moving forward. He's just like, I'm out. I'm just gonna be drunk. There's creepy shit. Parenting, we ain't doing that. I don't want to do parenting. So here we are again with the mom dreaming or having visions, sleepwalking or not, real, who knows. Anyways, twin number one comes in and is like, hey, you need to talk to dead twin. And she's like, what? And just follows him. So then he's down there, lights a candle and is like, talk to him in the flame. Sure, why not? Look in the mirror and you can see Nathan. You could see dead twin. And so she does that. Music builds and building. Suspense and jump scare. But it was a dream or a vision. I don't know, because she wakes up in her bed during the day. So somewhere along in the movie, the mom decides to take the kid to a psychiatrist and it's like, he's crazy. He thinks that he's his dead twin. Valid. I mean, I feel like anyone would do that in that situation. They're not really too into it. They don't want to help her in the sense of helping the child. They want to see if maybe she's grieving and that's what's causing her to, go a little crazy. Valid. Maybe that is what's going on. So later, the villagers come out of nowhere for a intervention of sorts, but she's with the psychic lady, and the psychic lady is packing heat.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Wow.
But she gets taken down, and it starts going into another vision or dream. A lot of sacrifice and demon stuff going on. In the dream, they end up slitting the twin number one's throat, harvesting the blood, and then just feeding it to the mom. And that makes the mom get pregnant with a demon baby. And then she wakes up and we're back in her room. So was it real? I have no idea. And more filler happens, but it brings us to the end of the movie. And if you are actually interested in watching this yourself, after I kind of described a little bit, then just, pause the video, go watch it. But I'm going to move on because, of course, it's a horror movie. They got a little twist in there. Of course, they had to do that. So in the end, there was no twin. There never was a twin. She ended up crashing the car in the beginning of the movie and killing her only son. And that drove her to be crazy. So the dad is trying to convince her of this, and she accidentally pushes him off a barn ledge, and he falls and dies. So the movie ends with her going to the dad's grave, getting back into her Volvo, and imagines the father and the two kids in the car with her, officially making her the queen of Crazy Town. Come, my lady, come, my lady. And roll credits. Could have been a really great movie with a little better writing. So on this movie, it had a good setup in the beginning. It had, the twin, and then it had some creepy vibes. It had jump scares for some people. It lacked gore. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, just so you know. It's not a very gory movie. Yes, there's some blood. And when you do see the fake dead twin, he's not bloody or disfigured. Doesn't even look like a ghost. He just looks like a regular person. But the movie really suffers from bad writing. You have that beginning part, which makes sense. The middle part, which, because it's all in her head, that everything just, it doesn't matter. And that's part of the issue. And then we get to the end. So really, I want to say the only thing interesting about the movie was maybe 20 to 30 minutes of it, and everything else was filler. There was no demons, there was no pagan sacrifices. None of this ever really happened. She wasn't playing with the kid. She wasn't talking to the kid. I mean, it was all in her head. She was acting it out, but none of it meant anything. And it wasn't slowly building anywhere, but it wasn't terrible. And if you like horror movies, I say just watch it. If that's your genre of movie that you like seeing, go ahead. Shudder's a great service. It has all sorts of movies and originals coming out all the time. You're not going to regret spending 90 minutes on it. I don't think you'll ever want to watch it twice. I don't think you're going to recommend it to anyone. You're just going to be like, oh, okay, that was nice to watch on Thursday night after work. But with all that said, that is what I think about the movie. Hope you enjoyed the review, and be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you don't agree, or if you do agree, or if there's another movie that you would like me to review, or someone from the Tilted Top team to review. We'll check it out, throw a review up there, and I will see everyone next time.